Hey, what is good? Welcome back. So, quite a few people have asked for me to do like decklist sort of stuff, and one that comes up a lot is this one, the Marina Vendrell. This is my five colour room enchantments, where the whole aim is locking and unlocking rooms. You can make this deck powerful. Mine's quite janky at the moment because I just have a bit of fun with it. I will go over ways towards the end to make it a bit more powerful. So, this is Marina. When she enters, you reveal the top seven cards, and you get to grab the enchantments, which is key for this deck. And then you can tap to unlock or lock a door. You can only do this as a sorcery. So this is the commander. Awesome card, really easy to pick up. Before we get into it, obviously the rooms, you can lock and unlock them. What I do highly recommend if you're playing a deck like this is either I've seen people use the Pokemon coins. I personally use the Kraken ones. I have a bag full of D2 dice. They're basically coins but diced, two-sided. These are amazing for letting people know what rooms are locked and what ones are unlocked. I always make sure I have these. These also work amazing as everything counters if you run the everything deck. So, I will say I'm missing, I think there's 8 rooms I'm missing. 2 from the main set, 6 from the Commander exclusive stuff, but there's only a few of them I actually want. I am trying to slowly get all the rooms like this in this sort of art. So we've got the Mirror Room in the Fractured Realm, Shard Fire and Warp Space, really nice one if you're exiling stuff. Smoky Lounge, the Misty Saloon. The Smoky Lounge actually puts in work. Ticket Booth, Tunnel of Hate. Central Elevator and Promising Stairs. So this is one of the best and most annoying cards in the deck. Central Elevator is key to this deck. It lets you search for the rooms you want and lets you do what you need to do. But because Promising Stairs is the alternate win con for the deck, this is normally the enchantment people target the most and try destroy. So this helps you out, but it also puts a big target on your back. It is cool if you win off Promising Stairs as well. Grand Entryway, Elegant Rotunda, I think that one is. If you spam Lock and Unlock, you get some nice 1/1s for that one. Meat Locker, Drown Diner. Putting stun counters and stuff's good. Drawing cards is good. One of my favourite arts. I've got a binder with this art coming soon. I do absolutely love this. The Dollmaker's Shop and Porcelain Gallery. Surgical Suite and Hospital Room. Some of these rooms don't do much. They're just in the deck because I wanted it to be like a room tribally deck. Mouldering Gym, one of the key land searches. Like Mouldering Gym puts in work, and I'll explain why later. And I'll show you a bit of a combo using this. So I'm going to put that to one side. Glassworks and Shady Yard. Roaring Furnace, Steaming Sauna, once again, gorgeous art. Having no maximum hand size is good in this deck as well. Funeral Room, Awakening Hall, really good when you get nuked later on. Ritual Chamber and Unholy Annex, good for putting creatures out. Underwater Tunnel, Slimy Aquarium. Having a 1 mana unlock is really nice. Giving you stuff convokes, nice. And untapping each creature during each of the plays step, nice. Bottomless Pool, Locker Room. Greenhouse and Rickety Gazebo. It's the mythic green one I don't have from the main set, which I still need. The one that's you can play lands from your graveyard. I still need that one. Painter Studio to Face Gallery. Painter Studio works really well with the 0 cost exile room earlier. And then Restricted Office and Lecture Hall. Lecture Hall is an amazing card. So that's all the rooms I've got. I do have a solid amount. Like I said, I do want to grab a few more. And then we'll just go over the other aspects of the deck and some other good things. So we've got the enchantments. Mirror Maid, once again, bring her in as a copy of a room. Really versatile. If you've got a room that's putting in work, you make her a copy of it. Stay Hidden, Stay Silent, really good for just tapping something down. Nowhere to Run, absolutely amazing card. Didn't like it too much at first, and is actually putting work. So this is definitely a good card to put in the deck. Copy enchantment, same as Mirror Maid. You want more rooms. Propaganda, you do get targeted a lot. I do probably need a bit more Pillar Fort in this deck, and Dax the Mutation, great card. And they all proc with the enchantment search from your commander. Creatures, it's not a very creature focused deck, there's not many in here. So, quick one, Planeswalker, Ashiok, people hate it, but it works in the deck. Ghostly Dancers, really, really nice card. Puts in work, especially with the returning enchantments. Like Ghost of Dancers is a highly recommended pickup. Amanatu, great card, giving your stuff Miracle, always nice, really cheap as well. I think I paid 50p for this. Really nice being able to just unlock a room on combat. Inquisitive Glimmer, amazing card. Not only does it make your rooms cheaper to unlock, it makes them cheaper to play. Highly recommend putting that in the deck. Fear of Sleep Paralysis is an absolute unit in this deck, and the fact the stun counters can't be removed is I hate going up against it, love playing it. Creating 1/1s with rooms is nice. Entity Tracker, really nice card. You need that card draw. Master of Keys, once again, amazing card. I picked this up quite cheap as well. The Amanatu Precon is really good to start if you want to make a room deck, because there's some really key things in it. The Angels, these do nothing for the deck, but I just absolutely adore them and didn't have another deck to put them in, so I had to chuck them in here. I love the Transform side, they're just really good cards. And then Victor Valgoth's Seneschal. He's really good in this deck. He does put in work. So there's the creatures. Like I said, not many creatures. It is more enchantments and rooms. Definitely leaning heavy on the room side. As far as sorceries, Genesis Ultimatum, amazing card. Any deck I can squeeze this in, I will. Redress Fate, really nice. Like, obviously, if you get absolutely nuked, it is nice to have this. Amnet's Augury, once again, great card. Playing stuff for free, it's what you want. This card, Insatiable Avarice. This, I've started playing in almost all my decks that run black. Being able to search for something and then draw it is just amazing. I love the whole spree mechanic. And then Cultivating Farseek just for a bit of ramp. Then let's go over the instance. Pongify, obviously. If something's getting a bit too annoying, you can just Pongify it. Blue Sun Zenith, really nice for the card draw when you're struggling late game. Growth Spiral, ramp and card draw. Absorb, counterspell, it's what you need. Fracture, Snap. So the reason Snap's in here is for two reasons. A, commander gets targeted, bounce it to my hand. And then what's really good is obviously bouncing it to your hand, playing her again for that 7-card search for all the enchantments. So Snap is a nice little inclusion in there. And this is what I mean when I say it's not the most powerful deck. Obviously, some of these cards, you think, why are they in there? You could put this in instead, and yeah, you could. I just like it being a bit janky, not the most high power. Absolute gorgeous Arcane Signet. Burnished Heart. This is what I mean. Haunted Screen does nothing in this deck, really, other than the fact it just sort of goes with the vibe, and it does give me the mana I need. Keys to the House. Didn't like it too much at first, but it actually puts in work. You can either search for a land or you can unlock a room, which is nice. Command Sphere, Wayfarer's Bauble, Felwar, Soul Ring, and Chromatic Lantern. You do need something like this when you get a little bit shafted on the lands. Speaking of lands, these, obviously, land base and this isn't amazing. I've not put the most work into it. I do need to sort the lands out. So you got Command Tower. Cascading Cataracts is amazing. You, in a 5-colour deck, being able to filter with an indestructible land, I highly recommend picking it up. Exotic Orchard, Maze of If's nice, just to turn off that one thing attacking you. Then we've just got an array of damaged lands, scry lands. Nothing major. I think the land base is definitely up to everyone else's interpretation. Mine's just sort of sporadic, and anything I could splash the colours into. And these are mainly filler, as I've got 3 of every basic, and I did try and make sure they're all foil. So 3 of every basic, and then just an absolute spam of lands. Then, these, I didn't include them in the others, because these are, in my opinion, the main cards in this deck. So, being able to pay 1 and untap another permanent is great for your commander, so you can pay 1, untap, and tap unlock a room. Being able to tap to untap 2 other targets is great. So you tap your commander, you can lock a room. You can tap to unlock, to tap to lock a room. And you can tap this to untap them both. And you can pay 1, tap and untap. And you can tap to untap. So you sort of get the vibe I'm going with it. That is a really nice combo. It requires 1 mana each time. And you can just tap, untap, tap, untap, tap, untap. And the reason I said I put the rune to side before is this costs 1 mana each time. If you're getting Mouldering Gym, you're putting them lands down. They do come down tapped, but you are refilling the lands back up, and you can just absolutely spit your whole deck out. And then obviously that's a 3-card combo, that'll make it 4. What really helps with this as well, if you chuck in Retreat to Kaldheim. So you go search for a land. When that land comes in, you untap your commander, tap, lock the room. And it works really well. 1,000-Year Elixir does the same thing. Pay 1 to untap. And same with Forensic Researcher. So there's a theme of tapping and untapping, and you basically wait until your turn. You have a load of mana open, everyone sort of taps out, and you just absolutely go off. You spam the rooms you need, and this, you can almost guarantee a win if you have a few of these ready for the setup. So that is how I've got my deck. Obviously, I consider this kind of weak. I think it could do with a lot more upgrades and a lot more changes. There's some really nice enchantment cards that can go in this, but I don't have them in there because I kind of like it at the power it's at. So I did want to quickly go over, I do already have an enchantment deck, which I'll quickly just highlight some of the cards, because this is the sort of stuff I recommend you would run. So like Approach Second Sun's nice. Sigil the Empty Throne, whenever you cast a room, you'd create a 4/4 Angel. Sithis would be amazing in that deck for the card draw. Rari's Wakes, alright, it wouldn't be amazing in the deck. Starfield of Nyx would be quite funny in the deck, turning your rooms into creatures. But this is what I mean if you wanted to do it with my high power. Calyx could create copies of the rooms. Enchantments cost 1 less. Enchantments cost 1 less. Draw a card whenever you play a room. Just trying to think of some of the other stuff that you'd really need. I know they're in it. There's some specific cards what I find. Well, this is an insight to my enchantment deck anyway, a quick one. There was 2 cards. Yeah, Sterling Grove is one you'd really need in there. Gives them all Shroud, and you can pay 1 and search for enchantment, which would be a room. I think there was another one that I thought would be really good in there. But this is why a lot of my powerful enchantments aren't in there, because they're in this deck. But Sithis and Sterling Grove are absolute amazing ones whenever enchantment enters. And this is sort of the stuff you'd want to slot in there. Like card draw, enchantments cost 1 less. Solitary Confinement. Certain people don't like this card. I absolutely adore it. And think if you can get around the skip your draw step part, and you've got enough card draw like Entity Tracker and other stuff out, Solitary Confinement is actually amazing and keeps you genuinely really safe. Idyllic Tutor lets you search a room, really nice card. Sanctum Weaver would be amazing in that deck. Greater Oromancy only gives the creature Shroud, gives everything Shroud, sorry. You do want Greater Oromancy in there. But it's just stuff like this is what you'd want. Like, it's just card draw, makes them cost less. So that sort of stuff you'd put in if you wanted to make it a bit more high power. And obviously there's a few other ways, but if you like to be an absolute menace, you could put Doomweight Giant in and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the deck list. That's how I'm running it. Obviously, you could run it different. You could run it identical. You could make sure you've got all the rooms in there. It's genuinely how you want to play it, but that's a good call. Like I said, I recommend buying the Amanatu Precon and just slowly slotting rooms in until it's where you're at. If you like this kind of video, let me know, because this is my first time sort of going over one of my decks and how it works sort of vibe. Feel free to give me any feedback or advice, like, oh, you need to talk about this more or talk about this less. This is one precon of about 36. So I do one commander deck of 36. I do have a lot of commander decks, so I don't mind doing other videos going over them. I've got upgraded precons, I've got high power decks, low power decks, I've got a mix of everything. So just let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this and what I can improve upon. That'd be awesome. Likes, comments, and subs are always really appreciated. Thanks for watching.